Welcome to the Metal Prognosis. My name is Lee, and on today's Pedal to the Metal video, we are nearly dropping a pedal. We are looking at the Dragon Roar Distortion. We're looking at this a second time because I've already done a Pedal to the Metal with this Dragon Roar by Moen, but I thought what would be really interesting is, and I mentioned it in the video, the last video I did as well, is I'm going to put this up against my 7-string guitar that I've got back there to see how it handles the lower tuning in that. Because this pedal has a mid and a high EQ parameter. So I'm really keen to hear how it's going to hold up with that. So, like all the Pedal to the Metal videos, even though I've done this before with this one, I'm going to keep the same formula. So I'll put a camera to this and we'll dial in a tone together while I talk through my thoughts. We'll have a jam, put it to drums and bass and double up on the guitars, and then have a talk about it afterwards. So let's hear how the Dragon Roar is going to sound with the 7-string guitar. Now we have everything ready to go. I'll grab my little 7-string here. Like all my Pedal to the Metal videos, this is what it sounds like clean. No one really cares about the clean though. We're here for the distorted sounds, and now I've still got the same settings with this Dragon Roar that I had for the 6-string, so let's just turn it on and see how it sounds straight off the bat. And give myself a bit of volume because that's sounding pretty good. I think this is a really good place to start with this pedal then, since it's already sounding decent. I'll actually grab myself a little bit of a harder pick for this one. Yeah, all right, so let's see. So I've got the mids and the highs going pretty tough. So let's first see if we make that pop a bit more. So let's chuck the mids all the way down just to hear how it sounds. Probably sound like crap. It does sound like crap. But we don't strive for crap. So let's crank it a bit. So let's go halfway. So at noon or 12 o'clock, so straight up. Better. So crank it about to where it was before-ish. Yeah, let's crank it a little bit more. Crank it all the way. I missed a note there. But as we say, when you're chasing tones, it doesn't matter how you play, it's just about the tone. So I'll just roll that back just a little bit, but it's sounding good, like nearly maxed. So now let's muck around with the high a little bit. So I'll roll it all the way back so it should sound, well, like crap. So it's definitely lost a little bit of that bite. So let's go high noon. Bit more. Just had a little bit of a brain hiccup to know where to go next with a note. So now we'll crank it. So it's starting to break up the sound just a little bit too much. So I'll just dial it back a little bit because I still like it cranked. I think it definitely makes the sound better. So now EQ sounding all right. So let's turn the drive all the way down. We have lost all aggression and all bite. So we definitely need to push that drive. So let's push it just a tad. Let's push it more, so I go back to high noon. So let's crank it a little bit more than that and see what we get. So it's starting to get a little bit hiss, but that's whatever. Crank it all the way. Now, purposely doing a lot of palm muting here. To see how much it handles, well, those type of frequencies thrown at it. Yeah, so I'll dial it back a little bit because it's just getting a little bit too broken up there, the sound. Yeah. So that's sounding pretty decent. So I'm going to leave the settings as they are there. Whoop, just dropped the pick. That's all right, I'll grab it later. Or in a moment, because I'm just about to do a jam. So I'll take a bit of time away from the camera, write a little jingle for you all. I'll double up on the guitars, and I'll set it up in the Brady Bunch format with the 4 squares of all the different takes I have. So with the bass, and you'll hear drums there as well. And then we'll hear how it sounds in an actual full band mix environment. Because it's sounding pretty cool by itself, but let's see how it holds up in the mix. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the tune, and I'll chat with you on the other side with my final thoughts. Time for my final thoughts on the Dragon Roar Distortion by Moen, but this time with the 7-string guitar. So, firstly, that's tuned into G, so it is pretty deep compared to the last video I did on it, which is only tuned to C. So, very big difference in the tones there. So, firstly, this handled it really well. I was very surprised when I very first turned it on how well it handled it. I had to dial back the drive a bit because it did get a bit muddy, but it actually wasn't too muddy. It was just a little bit too muddy for my liking. So if anyone was to push it up that high, it wouldn't really be that big of an issue. I think that comes down to just preference. I prefer it to be a little bit drier with deeper tuning and have a little bit more of a twang to my tone to really accent those higher notes when I hit them, which is why I push the mids up pretty high and the highs or the treble on this pedal, which is good because I got the results. Now, when I doubled up on them for the band mix, when we put them in left and right speaker with the bass and drums, I felt like a few of the fast parts, it kind of got a little bit lost in there. Now, not too much against this pedal for it, because there are other pedals that do it really well, but nothing really against this one, because I could have easily added a noise gate or noise suppressor pedal before it to help clean it up, so the signal going into it would be a lot more tighter from there. So yeah, I'm not going to really punch down on this too much because I could have easily done that, which is probably better way to attack it when dealing with such low tuning. But I really wanted to give it to the test and put this under the spotlight as much as I can just by itself. Yeah, but I mean, if you're keen to see more on this pedal or any other pedals I do, I'm happy to do like a pimp this pedal up where I do add other pedals before and afterwards to see how much we can really push it with the assistance of other pedals as well. That could be really cool. But let's chat for another video. Referring back to this video though, yeah, especially near the end of that little jam, when I was playing a little bit fast and the stop-start, I felt like it just got a little bit too messy with the sound. So yeah, as I said, easy to clean up with other assisting pedals and all that, but yeah, so not stressed about that whatsoever. The actual breakdown of when I was running through this, so I think I played for a while, not because it took me a while to find something good out of this. I was just having fun. It just felt really nice to play, and I was a little bit of a confession. I didn't think this was going to actually handle it. So the fact that it was handling it and sounding half decent kind of inspired me just to keep jamming and kind of lose track of time. So I do apologise about that, but hopefully you enjoyed me just doodling around on the guitar while playing around with this, which is a kind of a really good sign that if you can lose track on time by having fun with it, it's got to be doing something, right? And with these Moen pedals as well, they are definitely on the cheapest spectrum, which is really good. So this is definitely a really good alternative if you're after something that's half decent but don't really want to break the bank, or if you're just in the mood just to try something different to have a bit of a play with and muck around with without breaking the bank. This is, yeah, could definitely scratch that itch, for lack of a better term. But like all my videos, I'm keen for your feedback. How did you feel while I was dialing it in? Do you think I had too much gain or not enough gain? Oh, this on this pedal is described as drive, but you know, same, different. Do you feel like I had enough or should have got more? I had too much. How do you feel about me pushing the mids and the highs as much as I did? Do you think that was a little bit too much, or do you think that was just enough for dealing with the 7-string and the low tuning there? Yeah, how do you feel when it was in a band mix, and how do you feel when it was isolated, when you could just hear the guitars doubled up, and how they held up? Definitely keen to hear all your thoughts on this pedal. So in saying that, I will do a bit of a shout out to say thank you for people that reached out to me with the other video when they saw this, and kind of asking me to follow up to see how it sounded on the 7-string. So yeah, that definitely helped inspire me to do this video. So yeah, it's comments below if you already haven't already, but also my Facebook page, which I'll leave in the description as well. A few people have contacted me there and have had some really cool conversations about different gears and different video ideas, which I absolutely thoroughly enjoy having those conversations with you. And also too, any comments below, it's not just about me looking at them and reading them, it's about the whole community. So yeah, definitely chime into what other people have got to say, and I'll chime in as best as what I can as well. And yeah, really help this community become more than what it is. So in saying that, whether this video was in the foreground or the background, I absolutely appreciate your company and being a part of these conversations I have regarding pedals and amps and other gear that I use and put together. And I really look forward to chatting with you next time. And until next time, please stay safe.